This year we're going to try some blind weeding, which is, as the name suggests, weeding when you can't see anything at all. And the idea is to anticipate, just before the weeds emerge, to get them in that sort of stringy white stage where they've just got down some roots and they're just about to pop through the surface. So to try and estimate when that's going to happen, I'm going to put down this cloche, which is something I've just bought from my local garden centre. So you put that on the ground, sort of bed it in a little bit so it doesn't get blown away by the wind. And actually, I think I'll put it that way actually. So what it does is it stimulates the weeds and the crop to germinate underneath this sort of slightly heated cell, and as they come through, they'll be coming through slightly before anything else because of the cloche, and as soon as they come through, that's when you do your blind weeding. I've been coming back daily to look at my cloche in the field, and now it is a week after we drilled this field, and came down this morning to have a look underneath the cloche, and found that yesterday we've got some black grass come up underneath there, and we've got two shoots of wheat as well. So it looks like we're now ready for the blind weeding. If you look in the soil here, you can see that actually where the cloche hasn't been, you can see that there's a shoot down there. And so today we're going to attempt our first attempt of blind weeding. So we've been looking at how it progresses to have the tines on the harrowcomb weeder, and this is where we started. We had them in about the middle setting, and one of the problems with our drill, our horse drill, is that all the seed is drilled at very different depths. There's not a nice even drilling depth, so you've got one seed there that's chitted, it's on the surface, that might not survive. You've got this wheat here that's obviously got its roots, and that's going to should still keep growing, but the harrowcomb has plucked one of them off. Whether or not that growing point will still keep running through the soil is, I don't have experience to be able to tell you that. So, but what it is doing, it is pulling out these little blackgrass plants as well. So we've just pulled the weeder out a little bit to make it slightly less aggressive, and I'll just show you that now. Here you can see it's less cloddy because we haven't got the tines as set aggressive as we had in the previous shot I just showed you. And here you can see this is the kind of work it's doing. All the wheat plants are left intact. Even this one that's sort of just come through looks pretty good. And also here you can see it's still pulling out these very small blackgrass plants, and there'll be a lot in this sort of top centimetre soil profile, but they're difficult to see because they're sort of long stringy white strands of blackgrass seedlings, and this is the time you can really do some damage to them with this harrowcomb weeder. This is an experiment, and maybe I'm not being as brave as I should be, and maybe I should have the tines in more aggressively to maybe weed out one or two more of these wheat plants and do some more damage to the blackgrass, as we have actually been drilling at a very high seed rate to try and compensate for that, for the weeding. But the problem with this weed is I can do lots of hectares in a day, and we could be doing a huge amount of damage. Again, look, there's a blackgrass plant that's been pulled out. So I'll come back again into this field when the crop's emerging to see what the situation is, and we'll be leaving the area where the cloche has been put down. We'll leave that unweeded so we've got a bit of a comparison.